Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Good evening, my dear friends. I'm Geraldo Lemos Neto, and I'm here with Marco Gandra from Portal Saber Spiritismo in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Tonight, we are continuing studying the character of the Spirit's revelation. We know that's the first chapter of the last book by Allan Kardec, the Genesis, the miracles, and the predictions according to Spiritism. Last week, we had the second program around the character of the Spiritist revelation. Tonight, we are going to close it and go into the second part of this book, which is the Genesis. Thanks for watching at Kardec Radio, at Spiritist Dissemination, and the SN Discovery Spiritism Network. Let's see what Allan Kardec wrote in item 8, chapter 13 of this last book, the Genesis, the miracles, and the predictions according to Spiritism. Spiritism is an open system. However, since it does not nourish the claim of having said the last word, whatever it is, not even what is within its competence, it does not present itself as an absolute regulator of the possible and leaves aside the knowledge reserved for the future. This paragraph is so much important to understand the Spiritist revelation, to understand the character of Spiritism, because Allan Kardec is showing us that Spiritism is an open system. It is not a closed doctrine. We have no dogmas. It is not presented to us as a last word. It is just one step, a very important step towards the truth that we can understand and that we can relate to. So Allan Kardec and all his works does not present itself as an absolute regulator of the possible around the Spirit's knowledge, around mediumship, around the relation between all the plans of living, the discarnate world and the incarnate world, around reincarnation, around the law of that regulates all life here on earth. So it is only a first word. It does not nourish the claim of having said the last word. It's an open system. And it is going to evolve aside the evolution of humanity. That's why, even in its only competence, that is the relation of man on earth with the spirits, the disconnected spirits, that Spiritism has a broader knowledge of, even in that space, it has not said the last word. Allan Kardec and Spiritism gave us the very first word, but they present themselves also as a doctrine, as a revelation that will evolve. And because of that, it is considered an open system. Let's see now the second part of Kardec's last book, which is referring to the Genesis. What are the subjects, the sub-subjects that Allan Kardec studies? The role of science in Genesis is one topic. The ancient and modern world systems. So he compares those two systems. The general uranography, and that was a contribution by the astronomers Camille Flammarion. That was a very close friend to Allan Kardec. The geological sketch of the Earth, and the theories about the formation of the Earth. So the material genesis, and it also comments about the globe revolutions, the evolution of Earth itself. And in the last part, he enters the organic genesis. So the genesis of all the species, all living beings. And after that, he talks about the spiritual genesis, which the higher spirits informed him. And after everything that I said, he compared all the Genesis according to Spiritism with the Mosaic Genesis, and showed us this difference. Because here in this book, he presents in the first space the origin and the development of all beings, so that we understand that Spiritism respect and adopt the evolution thesis. And in the second part, he said of the facts or elements that contributed to produce something. And because all of that, we can see the thought of Allan Kardec about the relationship between the Spiritism and the sacred scriptures. And we will understand that the Genesis according to Spiritism has an angle of secure knowledge, because it is made upon facts. It is thought upon science, scientific facts, and knowledge. And this is very, very much different from the Moses Genesis and all the theories of creationisms that only work as a symbol, but not as the truth. And this is pretty much important for all of us in Spiritism to understand. Thank you for listening tonight. And we hope to see you next week with the program To Know Spiritism number 126. Have you all a very good night. Bye-bye.